Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Aliens of the Deep. This is a documentary film from 2005 by James Cameron. Yes, there's a guy who likes to go underwater a whole lot. Ever since Titanic, he's a Titanic guy. So, yeah, but he's also, well, he's not yet in 2005, he's not the Avatar guy. He might be working on the film at this point during all this. In fact, it might have inspired a number of things about Avatar, and technically I have a feeling a lot of the stuff that they saw in this film may inform the upcoming Avatar film, The Way of Water, I believe it's called. And because this is very much about a collection of different scientists, biologists, astrobiologists, yeah, not just that's in space, but honestly, what they do here under the water, deep in the ocean, some places that have never been really explored on film before, not by a crew like this anyway, has what happens here helps to inform how we would handle things in space. Say, if we go exploring to Mars or even Europa, one of the moons of Jupiter, it's right, Jupiter, yeah. So yeah, it's tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Jupiter. Um, so yeah, I mean, the reason why this exploration is so important. One, it's more accessible. We don't have to be gone for years or forever to explore the ocean. We can literally dive for a few hours and come right back, and we're back on planet Earth. And honestly, yeah, I know it makes it sound like they're going to another planet. In many ways, they are. They are seeing alien life. They are filming a lot of things. You see some stuff in this, at least in 2005, was very new. I mean, to the general populace, this is not something you can go to SeaWorld and check out. This is very much creatures that have never seen the light of day and probably never will properly because they live in temperatures and atmospheric conditions. Yes, the atmosphere is water, but atmospheric conditions and pressure that is alien, literally, to us at this level on the surface, however many miles above sea level we may be around the world. It is literally going down in these big glass bubble like submarines. I forget the exact term they use for them, but it's these pods that go down in tandem, and then also a little like robot drone kind of thing that swims around and explores in smaller places that they can't get to easily. They got grabbing arms to go, take soil samples or interact with the environment, maybe grab a rock and do. There's all sorts of things that go along in this. Yeah, this is a documentary. Yeah, it's educational. Yeah, it's probably, well, it's not necessarily super exciting. It's not treated as, oh, what will they find out next? And then like there's a pause where a commercial normally would be. No, they don't try to jazz it up with a very professional sounding voiceover guy. It is literally the crew themselves and James Cameron himself, along with two of his brothers who are on this thing that have their own expertise. With one with robotics and others with one just handling everything out on this voyage. They work together along with so many other people in just discovering. My brain just totally wiped out there. Sorry. You probably just sort of click. Also, uh, they work together to just discover so many new things and get a better understanding of the conditions that we would find in some way on another planet. And honestly, when we think about this, if we're going to go to another planet, or if we're going to send just probes like we have done to Mars, and in fact, since this is 2005, there's a number of probes that it talks about that are about to go to Mars that have not gone to Mars yet. And so it's kind of neat to see this moment in time when stuff that they're talking about us eventually doing we haven't done yet. It's kind of neat. But there's things when we send machines, probes, explorers to different planets to possibly, if we find ice to drill down into that ice to eventually find water. Imagine we'd find life in a place with water than a place without water. Obviously, that's why the search for water is so important. Not just the evidence of water having been there at one point, but the evidence of water still actively living, moving, and there's just a humongous probability it will contain life, intelligent or otherwise. So yeah, this is it's kind of a neat thing. But like I was saying earlier, it's not necessarily super exciting. It's narrated in a way. It's by the crew explaining things. They're not exactly professional speakers. And James is a director, so he can tell people what to do. And he's not a great actor where I'm going to show you guys how to do this. Like, he doesn't need to tell these other people. He's doing it for the camera. They know what they're doing, but he has to do it so he looks like he's doing something. Not that he isn't. He obviously he knows and loves this stuff, and more power to him in helping to use his immense fortunes to help further exploration below the sea and eventually also out in space. Whatever he's doing is a good thing. So yeah, working with people like NASA and JPL on this, it's some of the sites in this, yeah, it's not as 4K as it would be today, and God knows he has so many other documentaries on here. So yeah, just search James Cameron and you'll find a boatload of undersea stuff, usually dealing with the Titanic or the Bismarck or other dives about other shipwrecks and things like that. It's rarely just about the undersea life. And when you see what looks like the bottom of the ocean covered in just a sea of shrimp or shrimp-like creatures, it's a little unnerving. There's just bazillions of them, and it's overwhelming. You realize, I mean, there are entire ecosystems of life that have nothing to do with us. They're nothing to do with anything. We are the explorers visiting this alien planet, our same planet. And at one point James says, what would happen, if the sun suddenly disappeared from the sky, they wouldn't know or care, or I mean, eventually it would make a difference, but honestly, I don't know how much of a difference it would make to creatures down at that level. The temperature of the sky, it rarely has anything to do with it. And, the waves? No. It might upset something, might stir some stuff up, might have some geological kind of upset down there, but for the most part, their life would change enough, but we'd be dead. It's it's a little humbling to realize that these creatures will have been around billions of years before we were, and will be here billions of years after, no matter what Herschel Walker says. So, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
345.
345. Did we just have something like that? Oh no, we haven't had 300 in a while. We kept jumping between the teens and the 400s the last few weeks, it seems. I was complaining we'd never get a 300. Oh, yay. we got a sequel. And it's a holiday sequel. And it involves dogs that talk. So, if you've watched these before, they're my favorite. And you know what? There's a chance that maybe it's not on here. I can only hope. But it's probably not. I know I'm probably coming off really negative. I don't want to prejudge it because I haven't, maybe I haven't seen it yet. And maybe it's awesome. I don't know. But we're going to be watching Santa Paws 2. The Santa Pups. Yeah. Hey, I make this decision to do this, so I do this so you don't have to, but you can do it along with me if you like. Let's all suffer together through the Santa Paws 2, the Santa Pups, tomorrow on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.